So now we're just going to throw our steaks on the grill and get a good sense of what a grilling a good steak is like. We brought our grill up to temperature. We have it on a medium-high setting. An important thing about your grill is you want to be sure you know where the hot spots are on your grill. You don't want to cook a rare steak on your extra hot portion where it might get a little too done. So I've put the steaks on the grill. We're just going to close the lid and let them cook for just a little while. One important thing to remember about cooking steaks is it's ideal to only flip them one time. That keeps all the nice juices inside of the steak instead of constantly flipping it over where the juices will continually fall off. Now we're going to talk a little bit about how do you know when your steak is done. Most people will like to cut them open and see what it's like on the inside, but again, that's going to let more of those essential juices out of the steak. So here's a little trick that I like to use. I'll take my tongs and I'll take my hand just like this and use my thumb and my forefingers and just touch them barely, not put any pressure against one another, but just touch them barely. And again, taking my tongs, not really using my finger because you don't want to test on the steaks with your finger, but just use your tongs. And when you have your thumb and your forefinger touched together, just press a little lightly right there on the fatty part of your palm right there. And that's going to be what a rare steak feels like. Just simply move to the next finger, again press down, and that's going to be a medium rare to a medium steak. Again, the next finger is going to be a medium to a medium well. And finally, with your thumb and your pinky, is going to be a medium well to a well done steak. And again, just barely touch them. If you see more white showing up in your fingernails, you're pressing a little too hard. Just barely touch them together and get that feel with your tongs so you know what it's going to feel like. For instance, today we have someone that would like their steak a little on the medium rare side and another that likes it a little bit more well done. So we'll be alternating between the thumb and the forefinger and the thumb and the ring finger to test the wellness of our steaks. Another thing that some people are often confused about is that a steak with the bone in it takes a little bit longer to cook than a steak without a bone. So therefore that steak, the T-bone, was placed on the grill first just to give it a little bit more time to cook. Let's see how our steaks are doing. And here you can see the steaks have already started to color on either side. If you wanted to get a feel for it, it's going to be pretty rare because you could touch and then touch your hand again. It's going to be very rare. And ideally, like I said, you only want to flip them one time. Another way to tell is if the color of the steak on the sides is starting to change color as well. As you see the color rise up the steak, you're going to know that it's becoming more and more to the temperature that you desire. Leave those on there for just a little bit longer. Actually, we'll move our T-bone steak because as you can see, the fat is dripping down a little bit into the grill and it might get a little bit too charred for our liking. So we're going to take that and just move it just slightly, not so much. And both steaks look like they're doing well. We'll leave them down there for just another couple minutes. One more thing you might want to know about cooking your steaks is what temperature you'd like to bring it up to. If you'd like a rare steak, the usual temperature is around 120 degrees. From there we're going to go up to 145 degrees for a medium rare to a medium steak, and then to 5-degree increments from there to a well done. And a 150 degree steak would be a nice medium, and a 170 degree steak would be a nice well done steak. A couple different ways you might be able to check that also. If you haven't invested in a probe thermometer, that might be worth your investment. You just stick the probe into the steak and it'll tell you what the temperature is. One other thing you might want to do, we'll go ahead and flip these. They look like they're getting nice and good grill marks. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I wish you could smell this. This is fantastic. Another way that you might do it, and again, it's going to take some juices out of it, but toward the end of it, if you want to take just a knife and your tongs and insert the knife sideways into the steak as far as you can get it without really burning yourself, and leave it there for 10-15 seconds, then pull it out. Be sure to lick your lips and place the blade on your lip. Obviously, if it's too hot, it's ready to come off. It should be a nice lukewarm at this time, and if you get up to a medium, it should be just barely unbearable, if I could say that. These are doing really well. Again, we'll do the hand test method. I believe that one is going to be our medium steak. And that actually feels almost rather close. And our other steak here is going to be our rare steak. And that's coming along rather nicely as well. We'll give those another couple minutes, and I think we're going to be able to dig in and enjoy them. Our steaks should be about done, so let's see how they're coming along. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We'll go ahead and we'll take them right off here, throw them onto our platter. That one feels nice and rare. They should love that. I'll tie a string around it to hold it onto the plate. Not much of a rare fan. Actually, we'll leave the grill open, shut off all our burners. Be sure to turn off the gas as well. And now we'll go inside and have a nice delectable meal.
Today we've talked about a couple of different ways to prepare steaks, but one style we didn't talk about was Pittsburgh rare. And what that means is that the steak is going to be charred on the outside while it's still bloody rare in the middle. I particularly don't care for a steak that way, but if you have a family member or a friend that does like it that way, I'm going to show you a method that you can cook one just right. Hey, thanks for watching The Everyday Chef, and if there's anything that you would like to see me make here, feel free to email me at the email address listed below. Thanks again for watching, and remember, the secret ingredient to any recipe is a dash of imagination.